Hello. You look marvelous.
Thank you.
Just back to back. You're really stepping it up. Has someone gotten to you? Not that you look bad before, but we're starting to see some shit now, outfit wise.
Yes, I got this yesterday in Debenhams. They had a 60% off sale, and so because they're closed.
100% on for me then.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and so I purchased one or two little items, little ditties that I thought were up my street.
You're back out in the world a little bit, huh?
Yes, we certainly are. Yes,
and
yes.
you've just been doubly vaccinated today, and you're such a true professional that you're pushing through.
Yes.
You feel any different?
No, not a scrap. No, she said that you might tomorrow perhaps feel a little bit, dizzy, and your arm might feel a little bit sore.
Your arm will hurt, yeah. You're supposed to move your arm around. So maybe for this whole thing, you should just be sort of loosening. Yeah, exactly. Pitchers warm-ups, that's what we're after. Or bowlers warm-ups, sorry. That's good too. Yeah, walk through all of them. Do the honk your horn to the semi, do the arrow, do the bow and arrow. Right? And then, full rotation. And then maybe just train your arms a little. Just the chugga, 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 chugga. Yeah, exactly. Real good. All right, getting a little violent. So I thought today what we would do is we could do some questions again.
Okay.
So we've done questions before. I thought we could do some more questions. I went on Twitter. I asked people for some questions. They've sent me some questions. I'll pose them to you. You can, you know how questions work.
I'm not very good at them, but
you are good. I was gonna say, Mom, if you could get further out of frame, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm trying to put myself in the center.
Just scooch off the couch and drop off. That'd be perfect.
Shall I sit on the floor?
It'd be great if you could just leave the frame. Just leave a blank frame, if possible, like that Pamdemics where you vanished.
I'd be happy about that.
That was the best. Okay, so let's start. Sorry, what was that?
I could talk to you from the kitchen.
You could talk to me from the kitchen, exactly. Are you ready now, or do you have any more last-minute outbursts you need to get out before we start?
No. You go ahead and start the questions. I'm ready.
Pam, now this first question is from Glenn Carlin, an Irishman, loves the Pamdemics, watches it with his mom, loves them, great guy. I call Glenn my first fan.
Do you know him? Have you met him?
I have met him. We go back and forth, but then I met him in Ireland when we did a show there, and we had a hearty embrace.
So is he from Southern Ireland?
I'm not going to answer any more questions about Glenn.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not going to. It's not your time to ask questions. This is Glenn's time to ask questions, and he's got the first one. So,
of course.
Any thoughts on what this show should be called post-pandemic? He thinks a Pam and Garfy podcast has a ring to it. Have you thought about that? Have you thought of should we change the title? I mean, I don't know how long we'll keep doing it, honestly.
No, I agree with you. I think it can verge on becoming very boring. So we have to be careful.
You are its biggest critic, so that's fair.
I mean, we've had 22 episodes.
Oh, you're counting, are you? Oh, Jesus.
No,
Well, make it to 100 and you get syndication money.
But I mean, we have to stop at a point when it's still okay.
Well, my guess is that there won't be too many more of these, I would guess.
No, so that the ratings don't drop. We don't want drop.
We want to be like Seinfeld.
Yes.
We want to go out on top but have a terrible finale.
We don't want two people watching and going, oh, bloody hell, not that again.
No.
Click, fast forward, get rid of them.
That's right. And clearly you know how YouTube works with the remote factor and everything. You have your finger on the pulse of technology. I mean, it does kind of, I guess, but I'm more used to laptop YouTube. Anyway, okay. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. There's the answer. Now, do you have an affinity towards the royal family? That's another question.
I do for the older royal family. I think the Queen's wonderful, and I was quite sad that the Duke of Edinburgh died. But
why is the Queen fabulous? Walk me through that.
I just think she's what a queen should be. She doesn't
What should a
you know,
queen be? Wait, do you
well,
mean a queen bee?
no,
Like an
I mean,
actual bee?
no, not double E.
She's what a queen bee should be.
B.
She's what a queen bee should be. Okay.
I just think she's very regal. She doesn't express feelings.
Well,
I mean,
that
she
is what a queen should be.
but she has feelings, but you don't. It's all a mystery. There's a mystery about the
And
older royal.
you like that.
I like that. I
But
really
would you
do.
concede that at the end of the day, there's no real purpose?
Well, I think they're bringing a lot of tourists.
Okay, they're tourism, but as far as like practical, it's all sort of a bit of a show, really. I mean, it's just pageantry.
Yeah. Yes, it's pageantry. Yes, and it costs the country a lot of money. However, they do bring in. They probably cover their costs.
So they're a net.
With
They're a net neutral existence.
Could be. I don't know. I'm not clever enough to work
It's
that
just
out.
weird. It's just, to me, it's just weird. It's like, why do you have, like, you know what I mean? Like, just to have like a government and then be like, and then here's the family. That's the queen. And you're like, what does she do? And they're like, she does nothing. She doesn't.
Well,
She has dogs and she gets drunk.
But I liked it with the Duke's funeral. I just thought that it was. I mean, first of all, it was such a lovely day, and it was lovely to see Windsor Castle and all the pageantry and all the. I mean, I know people go, "What a load of rubbish!" A lot of people, but I just think there's something really quite nice about it. You know, all the men blowing their little horns and the.
Sure.
I think it's rather nice.
But you could have like a horn parade.
Yes.
Without the royal family. I'm just pitching. I'm just saying, if when push comes to shove, you know what I mean? It would be like, it's like an affluent family that has horses. It's like, if you start to lose money at some point, it's time to get rid of the horses. Like, like the royal family to me is a bit like a stable of horses. It's like, yeah, it's great that you have it. Sure, it's awesome, but it's totally unnecessary. It's just overkill, in my
Yeah. Yes.
one man's opinion.
I can see that point of view very clearly. And
okay, so moving on.
Yes.
Sticking in the sort of political structure realm.
Yes.
Would you like to be the Prime Minister of Australia?
No, I would not.
No, why? Why is that? You think Scott Morrison is doing such a good job?
I wouldn't want to be Prime Minister or President.
I could tell anything. From your body language, it stresses you out merely thinking of having to
just the thought of it. Yes, no, I wouldn't have a clue what to do. I just sit there and just while away each day and wander around.
It sounds like you'd be more suited to be the Queen. Just do nothing and just whine.
I'd get some lovely things to glean, wouldn't I? Think of all the cups and the crowns.
Lord, I mean, even the idea that it's just you're bringing a pauper's mentality to the top tier of society. So you're the Prime Minister of Australia. You can have access to anything you want, and your first thing is, I'll be able to steal mugs and vegetables.
And crowns.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But you'll get caught, and they'll be like, why is she doing that? Prime Minister doesn't understand exactly what being Prime Minister means. Caught in asparagus field. Red-handed.
No.
So you're passing on the gift.
I would not want. No,
But I think in a way, I think it's all easier than it really they make it seem to be. I think a big part of at least the American government, and I think the Australian government and the UK government to an extent, a lot of it is just pretending to show how difficult it all is. So it's really like it slights the progress essentially. So the big thing is, oh, it's just so hard to do. But in reality, you could do a ton. I mean, you could just say, screw you, I'm going to do what I want.
Yes. I think particularly Boris Johnson, and I think probably Scott Morrison or whatever his name is, and Donald Trump, they surrounded themselves with people that.
Well, Trump's not in charge anymore.
I don't think in Donald Trump's case, but they have people that will do things for them. It's like the big boss.
All do. Are you kidding me? Joe Biden is like 3 children in a trench coat trying to get into a bar. I mean, he is just. He's not. He's too old. his eyes. I can't remember the last time I saw his eyeballs. I would love to just put my hand in there and see if I can feel moisture. I bet I wouldn't. I bet I just feel like, it's just an empty, dry socket.
Oh, it'd be good for Admiral Lord Nelson's party games.
What a callback, mother. Yes.
Really? We could just stick an
We
orange
could
in
just
his
play
dry
Admiral
eye.
Biden. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Dry
Again, we're not really sure what the hell you were talking about then, and we still aren't. But it is a good
No,
callback.
no. Anyway,
Um,
Hillary remember.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
Black.
Okay, there we go. What is your perfect Sunday?
Perfect Sunday. I don't know. At my age, all the days go into one.
So every day is a Sunday.
Yes. It's.
You're
well,
really
it's just.
starting to sound more and more like the Queen.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she'd like me as an assistant.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Particularly now Philip's gone. She's on her own. She might
right.
need me.
Yeah, she needs someone. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you suggesting you date the Queen?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just wanted to be clear. I thought it would be. Okay.
I just thought I would be a nice lady in waiting, perhaps. I could go and get her some things that she'd like. I mean, I bet she likes asparagus.
The blood of orphan children.
Yeah.
So what do you do? I mean, is there anything you do? I mean, most days you basically, you get up around 3:45. You have 5 cups of tea. You listen to the BBC radio. You'll go on your treadmill. You'll go for a walk. You'll see your sister. You'll do something like that. You'll do like a Debenhams thing. You'll go have a little shop somewhere, do something.
Yes.
Probably pick up a spoon from the street at some point.
Yeah.
Come back, you'll watch telly, you'll have a dinner that you make in your air fryer, you'll have a roll covered in some weird cream, something like that. I mean, that's pretty much the day.
That is, and it's a little bit different on a Sunday.
Right.
Because the shop's shut at 4, so I have to be back here at 4.
It sounds pretty much the same. And this is all one question. Do you feel like you raised 2 only children since Nick and Gareth are fairly far apart in age? You feel like
yes.
You had,
Times I did, yes. Yeah. But I think it's lovely to see now that as you got older, you're close, and you always were close in a distant age sort of way.
Well, it's hard to be for a 20-year-old to be friends with an 8-year-old.
Yes, that's true.
Like Nick was like looking to go to bars and talk to women, and I was just like, "Did you see what I did with the pulley? I made a shoot for G.I. Joe." Yeah, but that's true. We've gotten close, but most people, they'll have a kid, and then 2 years later they'll have a kid. But you had one, and you were so traumatized, you waited 12 more years.
Yes, I did.
Where you gave it another shot. You thought.
Yes.
And then after that, none. You were like, "No, we're not doing this again."
No. I felt that I had my family, 2 boys, 2 lovely boys. I just felt I was
much
very
like the Queen.
Yes, exactly. Except she had 4. 4 children.
Oh, who cares?
3 boys.
Oh, do you have any blah blah blah? Okay. Okay. What is the weirdest food you've ever saved off the ground with the intention to eat? I wonder if I even know this. Gosh, listen to you. I can't even believe you're overwhelmed. Is that because there's a lot?
No, I think the weirdest thing I ever did. I think you've mentioned it though. When I was in California,
the lettuce.
I found a bag of lettuce, and I was really pleased.
It was
I
crazy.
was really pleased.
It was,
and then I thought,
how happy you were. It was like you found a Bitcoin password, but it was lettuce.
Yeah. Oh, and not so long ago, probably about a year ago, I was on a walk and I found a really nice big potato that I thought possibly come from a field. And I did look at it and I thought, probably shouldn't take that. And then I went back and got it and scrubbed it and did cook it. And it was lovely. It was delicious.
You are crazy. You are like a dog woman. You saw it, and you were like, "No, I shouldn't." And then part of you thought, No, I'll save 20p and just get this potato.
Well, it just looked such a nice potato because it was big.
Mom, you don't fall for traps like that. Of course, people are going to leave out nice potatoes. You're lucky a big net didn't fall on you.
I think somebody dropped it because I think they'd been it was leaving a little village and there's a little greengrocer's there, and I think they dropped it out of their bag. So I worked out that it was probably
You're quite investigative you're almost like a CBS show where you're just like, the food historian. You pick up a potato and you go, she came from the market. Ah, she walked 2 blocks and it fell out of her bag. Ah, I can't. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. So the lettuce, and then we found out about this perfect potato, which is crazy. What kind of compound do you hope to have for your cult?
My cult, what would I
Yeah.
have? Well, I would have people that are into gleaning like I am.
Now, there's no part of you alarmed by the idea that you have a cult. You seem to jump right into that answer without saying. You seem into it. You're fine with it. It seems.
I think it would be fine. I think it's rather nice, actually. Sometimes I think that older women have started to, I don't know if they necessarily buy a house together, but they all have a
little
room,
commune.
a little, yes. I mean, I wouldn't like that because I'm very, very happy on my own.
Well,
I
but
think
mother, let me just jump in and say that in this scenario, that you have that house, you don't live in that house. You're the queen of this situation. So you're up
yeah,
in the main house,
yes.
up the golden pathway, so
And
you would be able to have your own house. So you would be into this cult idea.
well, I don't know whether I would be into the cult, but I do think as you get older, and there's a lot of women now who are single, I think it would be nice to have sort of a support group.
Okay.
I don't know how it would work for me because I think I'm quite capable of
But again, you're in charge. You're in charge.
supporting.
You're the
supporting
you're the leader. So if you don't want to see him, you don't have to.
No, well
You
then
just say,
that's
go on the path and find more perfect potatoes to bestow upon my feet. You're allowed to do that.
while you're out there.
Wait, what was that? Say that again. A bag of lettuce.
Get a bag of lettuce while you're out there.
Make sure it's Trader Joe's.
We'll have a salad with the potato.
That's right. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're very it seems very open to the cult idea.
Yes, there's a certain kind of cult that.
Okay. Do you have any idea what the name would be for the cult?
I'm trying to think. No.
No, nothing. Okay, like the damn Pams or.
Gleaners Anonymous.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something to do with Glean, like the Glean machine.
Yeah, the Glean machine. That would be good, wouldn't
Okay,
it?
so
Yeah.
the cult is the
Yeah.
Glean machine.
Yeah.
You're off in the
Yeah.
main house. Okay, wow,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really shocking. Oh, this is a great one. Pam, why do you favor Nick over Gareth so much? So what is that about? We've noticed
You wrote that.
I did not write that. What are you talking about?
You did. You wrote in with that one.
Why is that your answer to accuse me? More favoritism. Never accuse Nick of writing the question. Goes right to me and accuses me. More of the same, lady.
Yes, but it's because it asks why do I favor Nick? Well, Nick wouldn't ask that.
Yes, because he has.
Because he would say that I favor you.
Nick told me that you told him he was the favorite. So don't come at me with this shit.
He's not telling the truth.
So why do you love a liar so much?
I don't love a liar.
What does it say about me where you elevate this liar to a better hierarchical standard than I?
Well, I have a question for you then.
There's no time for my questions. This is not what this episode is. You didn't tell me we were doing that. This is not how this works. We're not in the cult now, okay? Relax over there.
Okay.
Whoo! Whoo! Do you know anyone that has ADHD? And if so, what are your thoughts on this condition? You know what ADHD is?
Yes, I do. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Correct.
I don't think I know anybody that has it. I mean, I think it exists and I think it's always existed, but I don't like the way that now everything has to have a label and people are medicated for it. I think it's just part of growing up.
Yes. Agreed. I think that's the right answer. Yeah. I think it's always existed. I think there's definitely times when you medicate people, but then, I mean, for the most part, I think the truth is that when you were a parent, you used to just let your kids go off and just do tons of shit. Oh, what's going on?
That was Nick. Sorry.
Oh, okay. How dare you?
Yes.
Oh, Oh, don't you want to go take it? Don't you want to answer that call? Don't you want to drop everything and just settle it with him? It's what you normally do. I'm sorry, I need 5 minutes. um, but so I think that you used to have that. Now I think people are so concerned about their kids. Their kids are home a lot more, and I think people are sick of their kids. And so
Mhm.
because they're annoying. I mean, they're great. You love them and all that shit. But so I think people they find ways to you know drug kids. And
Yeah.
I've always said let the kids drug themselves, please.
Well, I don't agree with that either,
Like
but
we're like the message from the Pamdemics is what we say here is let the kids drug themselves, and that's from Pam Reynolds and from me. Thank you, everybody. Um, what is it like to be fabulous?
what is it like? I wouldn't have any idea.
Yes, you would.
No, I don't. I don't
Well,
at all.
so is that part of what makes you fabulous? The fact that you're oblivious to the fabulousness of you?
I don't think so. No, I don't. I don't think that's right.
What
I
would you
think
call yourself? Terrific? Pretty good? Great? Okay?
average. Average.
Average? Good Lord. Maybe it's this attitude that's gotten you far
Yes, I'm just
of
an
not
average
believing in
person
yourself. Average person.
muddling through life.
Muddling through life, just finding whatever vegetables you can shove in your mouth on the way.
Yes, my mum had a phrase she used to describe our family because somebody once said to her, "How did she describe the family or something?" And she said, "Well, she said we were just a very mediocre family."
Oh my
And
God, what? I
and
mean,
this person thought it was hilarious.
that is crazy though. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
it's there's I think most people think of themselves as very great. So maybe that's what maybe your modesty is what helps your fabulousness. Do you think that's possible?
Well, I certainly don't think I'm fabulous, but I don't like to think I'm big-headed or conceited. But
Well, you're clearly not.
I think I can be. I
Really?
think
In what ways? I've never
I
heard you
don't
be
know.
big-headed. You never compliment yourself.
No, maybe not. But that's I don't know. I don't know.
You're not big.
No, I don't see that at all.
You
No,
think
I
that's
am who I
fabulous? You
no,
are
I am who I am.
you Pam who you Pam.
Yes, I am.
Um, does watching 8 out of 10 cats help prevent COVID-19?
Oh, definitely, because you're isolated in your own house watching it.
Good answer. I mean, I caught so much shit when I said on the dollop that you love that show, and everyone was like, "It's a great show,"
It is a great
and I
show.
don't doubt it. It's just the name is, it's just
It,
it's great.
it's a funny name. I should look up to see where the name came from. But there's another. I think I've told you there's a couple of really other good ones, and I think if British people are listening, they will know. Would I Lie to You is hilarious, and then
Would I
there's
Lie to
another
You?
one. Have I Got News for You? Those are
Yeah,
both
that's a good one too. Yeah.
brilliant
No, they do a
shows.
lot of good like panel shows there. They're entertaining, you know.
Yes,
I think.
yes, definitely. Yes, yeah.
Okay. What crops are in season to be stolen now?
Oh, I walked past the asparagus field this morning and it's coming on a treat.
This is the follow-up question. Are you picking asparagus yet? So
Not
what
just yet.
not just yet. So what is the ETA?
Well, it comes up very, very quickly. I would think probably the end of this month into May. But then you see, there's a bit of a problem because they get the pickers and you can't pick when the pickers are there. So when it all dies down, I think they don't pick on a Sunday. So we
Well,
can,
so that circles us back to your perfect Sunday. So this should
oh
be
yeah,
added to the Sunday then.
yes,
So your
definitely.
perfect Sunday also involves going on an asparagus cat burgling spree.
Yes, it's a very short season for asparagus, but
Right.
but
But
it's
gosh,
really,
it's
oh,
exciting when it's there, huh?
it's really. Mind you, we
And
had
then
so much last year. I got bored with it.
okay, well, I was going to ask you this if you could estimate the number of spears you take per season, what would that number be? Just roughly.
Well, we've only been doing it. We found it last year.
Yeah,
This
but so
particular.
last year, how many spears do you think you took?
Well, we were quite generous. We shared with people.
But
I
I'm
would
asking, it doesn't matter if you Robin Hooded it. How many spears you think you took?
I would think probably about 300 each. I don't know. Maybe that's a gross exaggeration. You know me. I'm not good at adding up.
300.
Well, it might not have been.
So
It
you
might have
took
been less.
600 spears.
No, maybe not. Maybe 200.
It's still bonkers.
I mean, you carry you get as many as you can while you can, and then you still have to still be sure you can get it on your shoulders to carry. So you
Or
can't have
shoulders. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. You don't want to get spear shoulder.
Yeah, but we did give it to other people. Well, I did. We shared it. I think
Really?
Hillary too. Yes.
Who are you sharing it with, out of curiosity?
Well, we gave it to just a couple of people that we know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're just one of those super specific examples. Okay, yeah. So you just gave it to a couple of people that you know.
Yes. Yeah. And I
Right.
mean, we would give it to more people if if I knew more people.
Oh
I
yeah.
would.
So the exactly. So the problem here is that it's yes, you've taken a lot, but your goal was to give them to the people
Yes.
amongst you.
To the,
However, after the capers, you realize, well, I just don't know enough people, so I guess I'll just live here with these 300 spears.
but it's a bit like Robin Hood. You know, you're robbing the rich to give to the
It's a
poor.
bit like rubbing farmers.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll take our break, and then we'll come back, and we'll do the second part of the Q&A with you, Pam. Okay. When living in the U.S., was there any accent that you couldn't understand? So was it like did you have specific trouble with the East Coast or Southern? Was there any accent that you really liked? So let's start with, were there any accents that, I mean, was it tough for you when you got to the States to sort of understand people?
No, not really. It seemed funny because, of course, in those days we didn't get an awful lot of American television,
Right.
so we didn't really hear the accent very much. I remember one of the funniest things was, I think we'd gone to the dentist with Nick.
This is in the States.
This is in the States. We'd only been there probably a couple of weeks or so.
Oh gosh, I cannot imagine an American dentist cracking open an English boy's mouth. I bet his eyes turned to cartoon dollar signs.
Anyway, I remember we were sitting in the waiting room and we were talking, you know, like Peter, me, and Nick amongst ourselves. And then this little boy said to us, "Hey, where are you guys from?" And in those days, you know, you didn't sort of call women guys. Now,
No.
I mean,
You still don't really. I think that's come back now. Yeah.
No, and it was really funny, and I couldn't get over it. I thought, is he asking me? Because
I'm a lady.
Yes.
I'm the queen.
I just got off the boat, you know, from Windsor Castle.
How dare you? That bad child. I'll pay for the replacement molar.
I think one of the voices I didn't like was when we lived in Wisconsin. I didn't care for the northern Wisconsin voice.
Oh, and it's tough for you to hear one guy taking a ball, or we're gonna go out get a 12-point buck.
That's right.
Something like that, like make a day out of it, like sit in the actual wood, like do it right. You know what I mean? That, and then worst case scenario, we go do some ice fishing.
That's right.
Like that bothered you a lot, right?
That's right. That's right. I found
because the English versus the Wisconsin
But I never had any trouble with Boston or New York because that was.
Well, the Boston accent is also kind of gross.
Yeah.
If you lived there, you would like, oh, Pam, where are you and all your guys gonna go later? You're a guy.
Yes, I know. No,
was there any accent that you liked? Were you like, oh, the Southern or like California?
No, not really. I think I found it really strange because I would listen to the radio, and all the time I would be correcting the radio. You know.
Well, that's normal. That's how you know someone's made the right move, when they're in a car, just telling the radio what it's done wrong.
No, but only in my head.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Well, thank you as always. Anything you'd like to promote this week?
No, just the watching of the asparagus. I mean, that's going to keep me very busy.
Yeah. So That's the next 6-8 weeks kind of carved out right
Yes. What about you? What are you up to?
Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. No, I have a gig. I'll be in Hawaii, May 31st at the Playground in Maui.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Hawaii, a place where I thought you and I had been before. You remember this story? When
Yes.
you'd come to hang out with a bunch
Yes.
of my friends when I'd just done a show. We were standing around, someone mentioned Hawaii, and I said, "Oh yeah, I love Hawaii." And you said, "When have you been to Hawaii?" And I said, "I went when we were a kid." And you went, "What? No, you haven't." And then I said, "Yeah, we went when I was a kid." And you were like, "I think you're thinking of Florida, Fort Lauderdale." And I was like, "Oh, oh." And everyone, you can imagine everyone just, ah, 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 ah. So it's time to remedy that situation. Well, thank you
Yeah.
as always, Mother.
Yeah.
And until next time, adieu.
Yeah. Yes. Adieu. Yes. Bye-bye, darling.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
darling. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, darling. Bye,
Bye.
darling. Bye.